Major. Barland.
Sir.
Good morning. Good morning. In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world. And you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind, that word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interest. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Iceman calling from the St. Louis County jail. I gotta make this quick because I'm on a collect call. Alright, so we're gonna start our assessment on so we're running this counter report, United States Citizens UAP Task Force counter report 625-2021 is okay, so that's when the report came out. Report published by the ODNI for the U.S. Senate. Okay, so let's go back to the report. So we're going to break this down every day from here on out. We're going to start with page 2, third paragraph. So let's go page 2. Let's get the date going. Document this 27/2021. Page 2, paragraph 3, and we're just gonna go. And if things come up, we're gonna jot down the questions. Now, I wanted to look up. This is what we're looking at here. Let me zoom that in, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe even crop this. Can we crop it? Let's see, there's got to be some kind of a thing where we can just cut. Well, I can just take a screenshot and cut it out. But we'll do that later. So I wanted to look up each individual office. So let's go ahead and read it real quick. Office Director of National Intelligence prepared this report for the Congressional Intelligence and Armed Services Committees. UAPTF and the ODNI, National Intelligence Manager for Aviation, drafted this report. So let's stop right there. And I wanted to figure out what the National Intelligence Manager for Aviation is. This is what I got. It says National Aviation Intelligence Integration Office. I don't know if that's for sure, but I just wanted to share with you this. Now, it does say the parent agency is the Director of National Intelligence. It's a very similar name. Interesting to note, there's 12 employees since 2016. Joint base Anacostia, Bowling, Washington, D.C. Preceding agency, Air Domain Intelligence. So, okay, the concept of this is their abbreviation for NA120, originated in the findings of the National Commission on Terrorist Attacks upon the United States, also known as the 9/11 Commission. Let's see. Let me skim through this. The goal is to support national policy and decision makers on aviation issues and perform actions as directed by the Office of the ODNI Strategic Guidance. So I'm pretty sure this is it. So that's who drafted this report. Now it says with input from the USD. So USD. Oh God, I should have looked that up. I didn't look that up. I'm sorry. I'll get to that tomorrow. But we got DIA, we got FBI, we got National Reconnaissance Office, National Geospatial Agency. Okay. We go back. Let's see. NSA, Air Force, Army, Navy, and it says the Navy's Office of National Intelligence. So I got a quick question. I want this clarified. For these, they obviously didn't ask the Marines, but they got Air Force and they got Army. So right off the bat, question number one. In regards to input from Army and Air Force, why is that like that? Oh, separate. Did you gather it from the department office or of Army Intel and Air Force Intel? In regards to Air Force, did you consult? How do you spell consult? Consult Space Force, something like that. We need to ask ourselves that. Now the Navy, their intel, once again, it would be their Office of Naval Intelligence. That's equivalent to Army Intel and Air Force Intel. Obviously, they didn't decide to include Marine Intel, but that's fine. That would actually classify under the Navy anyway. Well, I guess Air Force would classify under the Air Force. So we got the FAA, we got the NOAA, which I was wondering what that was. This is what I came up with. NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. This is what we got. Is an American scientific agency within the United States Department of Commerce that focuses on the conditions of oceans, major waterways, and the atmosphere. Okay, so okay, that's interesting. Part of a series of the United States space program. So this is part of the United States space program. Let's see what their parent company is. U.S. Department of Commerce. Agency, child agencies, oh, okay, parent agency. Oh, okay. This is their child agencies. So we got National Environmental Satellite Data Information Services. I guess under NASA. We got the National Marine Fisheries Services, the National Ocean Services, National Weather Services, and so on and so forth. So let's go back to the report. I just wanted to show you guys this. Okay, I'm going to dig into it later, but just so you know where I'm coming from. So that is the NOAA, is this right here. Let's go back. NGA. Now they have NGA twice, and I don't know why. I don't know if that's a typo or if there's actually two different NGAs. Now I know there's National Geospatial Agency. There might be another NGA, but I couldn't figure it out. Okay, so let's move it on. ODNI and NIM, Emerging and Disruptive Technologies. I couldn't actually find that. It's part of the ODNI, but I couldn't find it. Moving on. ODNI, National Counterintelligence and Security Center, I did find, and that is here. Office Director of National Intelligence. This is it. This is their website. Lead and support the U.S. government's counterintelligence and security activities. This is their website. Okay. And National Intelligence Council, which is this right here. Office. Yeah, this is it right here. Office Directions, National Intelligence Council. That's their seal right there. So, since its establishment in 1979, the NIC, National Intelligence Council, has served as a bridge between intelligence and policy communities. The source of deep, substantive expertise on intelligence issues and facilitator of intelligence community collaboration and outreach. The NIC's National Intelligence Office, drawn from government, academia, and the private sector, are the intelligence community's senior experts on a range of regional and functional issues. So that's just what I said. It's just a bridge. I wanted to share this too, by the way. In case you haven't noticed, there is called the NURO office. It's called the National Underwater Reconnaissance Office. So I'm going to read this little excerpt for you. The National Underwater Reconnaissance Office is the hidden younger brother of the National Reconnaissance Office. The NRO was initiated in 1960. Obviously, we know that. It wasn't declassified until 1993, and developed as a common office of the United States Air Force, an essential intelligence agency. Okay, so that's the NRO, but there is this NURO. Use special project submarines like USS Seawolf. Okay, so let's get some information from them. Let's put that on the list. The NURO. Let's get wanting input from the NURO. Now the NURO could fall under its parent brother. It doesn't even have anything like whether it's official or not. It could just fall under the National Reconnaissance Office. Let's see. Here's the National Reconnaissance Office, but it doesn't talk about anything of having the National Underwater Reconnaissance Office. Right off the bat, I want to put. I think that we should have a civilian attaché to the newly created department for studying UAPs. If they're planning on creating such a department, I think we need to have some kind of a civilian attaché. So it's not strictly military, and something that, it can be the bridge between the citizens and then this newly created department. Now we can push. Now the reason I'm setting this up, this task force counter report, is because let's start documenting all the questions. Let's start going through all this shit with the fine-tooth comb, and then so we can present this to our representatives, and so that hey, this is what we want. But anyway, that's what I got so far. I just wanted to discuss this particular section here and the latest on what I got. So that's it. I thought that was interesting. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. This is Iceman. Like, subscribe, share. We're going to be coming back tomorrow, and we're going to be dissecting paragraph by paragraph and building this new report. Love you guys. Talk to you later.